Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Bingo, it's Kimbo. I'm Kim for those who don't know me, and this is my very first video, which will be about my skincare journey. Something that has been highly requested on my Instagram, and I finally got the courage to just get behind the camera and just start to film. So here I am, very proud of myself. So if you're interested in seeing how I got my skin from this to this, keep on watching. I'm gonna add a little giveaway at the end. I mean, it wouldn't be a great first video without a giveaway now, would it? Quick disclaimer, skincare is not a one size, one routine fits all kind of thing. I am a doctor, but this is not a prescription for you. This is simply just what worked for me and my skin type, and I'm sharing this with the purpose of helping even one person. And if I do that, that means my job here is done. So you may have to tweak it a little bit for your skin. If you have the same type of problem that I do, which we're going to discuss next, then perhaps it would work for you to the T. But just understand that what worked for me may not work for you, but hopefully if you give it a try, it works. So this video is going to be split into 4 parts. 1, we're going to talk about my skin type. 2, we're going to talk about what I've tried in the past. 3, we're going to talk about how I jump-started my skincare journey and cleared up my skin in 1 month. And lastly, at the end, I was trying to move my pinky, but it just didn't do it. Oh, there we go. Lastly, we're going to do my skincare routine and show you guys how I take off my makeup and take care of my skin. So first, we're going to talk about my skin type. I have a mixture of oily skin in my T-zones, which is here along the bridge of my nose and across my forehead, as well as a dry to normal type of skin everywhere else. And that has proven to be a bit difficult in finding a product that works for me, because the drying products for my T-zone makes everywhere else too dry and aggravated, and then the moisturizing products for everywhere else makes my T-zone really oily. So I had to find a balance, and the regime I have now really does a great job at doing that. I've had acne since I was 10 years old. As far as I know myself right now, I've had acne. It's been 14 years, and it's been a very long journey and a struggle with hyperpigmentation, clogged pores, blackheads, whiteheads, and rarely pimples. I rarely get pimples. Only around times of extreme stress do I get pimples. And when I was in high school, I used to get a big recurrent one that was the size of like a penny or a $5 Jamaican $5 coin, and it was so big and juicy, and every time exam time came around, it would just come up, and they would tease me and say that my knowledge is coming through my forehead. They're so, kids can be so mean. Like, come on, what's wrong with you? But yeah, it was a struggle for me, and I finally found something that works. But prior to finding something that works, I tried pretty much everything under the sun. If you can think of some type of regime, I've more than likely tried it. I've tried crazy facials, glycolic acid. I've tried the vampire facial, where they stuck needles to kind of bring the blood up to my face to try to help with the size of my pores. I've tried oral medications such as antibiotics, doxycycline namely, for like 3 months, and that was just grief because of the side effects of antibiotics. I've tried Racetine, which is another oral medication, which dried out my lips so badly that they used to crack and bleed. I used to wake up in the morning with blood on my lips because it cracked, and it was rough, so rough. I've tried topical medication, salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide, epiduo. What else have I tried? Clindamycin topical gel. I've tried everything. I've tried everything, and perhaps because of 1, I'm not that consistent, it may have worked for me, and 2, the side effects, because I have really sensitive skin. So those 2 combinations gave me a warm time in finally finding something that worked for me. But I did now, and I'm happy about it. Okay, so the part that most of you guys are waiting for is how exactly did I clear up my skin. Now, Clearing up my skin wasn't just a routine thing. It was a holistic approach which consisted of my mind, my body, my spirit, everything that's mixed up and blended up in one. And I just knew and understood that my skin was a reflection of everything that I exposed it to, which included my environment. It's like a flower. You can't change a flower to make it grow and flourish. You have to change the environment in which it is surrounded by. And I definitely had to do that for my skin. It was a hauling process. It was very tiring, but I had to do it because I understood that this is something that I wanted. And anything that you want, you have to work hard for, even if it makes you a little bit uncomfortable. I jump-started my skincare journey with a 10-day challenge that I posted on my website, bingoskinbo.com. And 10 days ended up being 30 days, and by the end of the 30 days, my skin was just out here looking bomb diggity bomb. I was so really excited about it. And it consisted of surrounding myself with positive energy, positive thoughts, positive thinking, positive self-affirmations, and positive encouragement for others, genuine ones. Like, I genuinely would just observe what I liked in someone else and ensure to tell them that I did, because I felt like being surrounded by people that are in a great mood or who are happy also helped me be happy as well. And it just feels great to just be surrounded by good energy. So quickly talk about how I made changes in my mind and my thought process. I had to observe and think of the triggers that I had. I knew stress was definitely one of them, and any emotional turmoil in my life was definitely a trigger for me as well. So I had to try to eradicate or learn how to deal with those better, and I definitely did that. And you'll see what I did. I drank a whole bunch of water, a gallon a day for 10 days, and then after that I drank 2 liters. I also started to exercise, try to get work up a sweat. It wasn't that much. It was like 30 minutes a day, which was better than nothing. So I just tried to work up a sweat just to get my body feeling good, because that also released endorphins and feeling good about myself, and that also helped with the mental aspect of the journey. I also had to assess my triggers when it came to food. I had to eliminate so many things to make my skin thrive. Like, I had to eliminate dairy, which for many reasons I had to eliminate, because 1, it made me super bloated, 2, it made my eczema just go ham, and 3, it definitely contributed to the fine bumps on my forehead. I had to minimize my meat intake. No, I'm not a vegetarian, vegan, or nothing like that. If I were anything, it would probably be a pescatarian, because I seldomly have a piece of curry goat from now and then, but for the most part I have fish and shrimp. But I'm not really giving myself a label. I just watch what I eat, just to be simple. I just watch what I eat. I also had to eliminate fried foods. Oh goodness. French fries, fried chicken, even though I don't eat chicken, fried anything, just fry. Just once it's fried, I cannot have it. It's just not gonna work. Alcohol, occasionally I'll have a glass of wine, especially if I'm celebrating something, but I didn't make it a habit to ingest alcohol. Like, I had to eliminate that. My diet is very important, and again, a very comprehensive explanation of everything I had to eliminate and why is on my blog, and you can check that out. In addition to this challenge, I also had a hardcore face routine, which consisted of glycolic acid peel, retin-A, vitamin C, and some more vitamin C, face mask, and a awesome facial that just got my skin right. I jump started the journey with a 50% glycolic acid peel alongside a facial with extractions. So I use the peel to kind of strip off the top layer of my skin and open up the pores to get out the blackheads that were ready to come out, and there are some that were a lot deeper, and I knew that I had to dive in and try to get those blackheads and whiteheads out. I had a lot of hyperpigmentation as well, and I knew that the glycolic acid peel would just kind of lighten that up a bit. I did all this a week prior to starting retin-A, because you can't use retin-A and glycolic acid peels because they pretty much work the same way. It's just that the retin-A is a bit gentler and works a bit slower than the glycolic acid peel, but it definitely gets the job done. So after that glycolic acid peel, I started to use vitamin C products. There's this line by this company called The Face Place, and they have a vitamin C face wash, a vitamin C toner, and I would use both of them at night. So I would just wash my face with the vitamin C face wash, and then I'll just tone it up, the vitamin C toner. And then I would slap on my retin-A mixed with the vitamin C serum here. I use this brand. You don't have to use this brand. I know it's a bit expensive, but I really like how it got my skin looking plump. Okay, and I'm not really into brands. I'm more into ingredients. I feel like a lot of people emphasize brands so much, and the reality is, once you have the ingredient and it's a true form of the ingredient and it's not like a rip-off, it should work for you. So vitamin C serum mixed with retin-A, they're like besties. Retin-A absorbs into the skin better with vitamin C. So I use both of them, give it about 15 minutes to absorb into the skin, then I'll moisturize my face. Now at night, after I would wash my face with the vitamin C and use the retin-A, I would moisturize it with Cerave, this one here. It was a night cream that really returned the moisture to my skin that the retin-A took out. And as the skin was peeling, I had a little bit of sensitivity there, but the moisturization from this Cerave definitely helped with that feeling of having raw skin, which I very rarely got. The second thing I would do, in addition to washing my face every night, is I would use a face mask every other night. So I would use my favorite face mask, the Bentonite clay, mixed with apple cider vinegar, tea tree oil, lemon oil, and 15 minutes. I'd use that once a week, and that is my absolute favorite. Oh my gosh, it is my favorite face mask of all time because it just sucks everything to the surface and just makes your face feel so tight, and you just feel everything just being pulled out, and I love it. And then you have the tea tree that's going into the pores that you just pulled everything out of and just fighting off all the bacteria and fungus and everything else that's in your face. And it was just, oh, I love it. The second mask I would use is a charcoal mask, because it also helps to pull everything to the surface. So the mask for me was just to pull everything to the surface, so that whenever I got my facial at the end of the month, I would have everything closer up to the front, so that when they extracted it, I wouldn't have any scarring because everything just came off so easily. So I would use this mask here. You don't have to use this one again. It's just I really love how they have the white charcoal and the black charcoal and the different benefits of them. I'm going to do a blog post on it, so you guys can check that out and follow me on my Instagram to see when I finally post that if you're interested. And lastly, I would use a honey mask to hydrate my face, because as again, I use the retin-A, which dried out my skin, and the face mask prior also dried out my skin. So at the end of the week, I would just add some more extra moisturization with the honey face mask. And I love this brand here. I just like how it feels because it warms up your face when you put it on, and then you open up those pores and you get the moisturization in, and you just wash your face feeling really nice. After every face mask, I would just use this facial oil by Irie Rock, and it would just put all that moisturize. So after all the glycolic acid peeling, the retin-A application, the vitamin C overdoing, the face steaming, the masking, the moisturizing, I got a facial. And that facial was so fulfilling, because everything that was so deep at the beginning of the journey came right out, because I pulled those babies up to the surface with everything that I was doing, and I got them out, all of them, smooth, skin smooth. It was so good. Oh my god. And I worked so hard, and I knew that I had to maintain it. I had to. But I knew that what I was doing before to kind of get it under control was pretty excessive, and it wasn't something that was feasible to do for the rest of my life. So I just took away some ideas of what ingredients work for me and decided to use them still, but in moderation. And finally, we are towards the end of the video, where I just show you guys how I maintain my skin. So without any further ado, let's take off this makeup. It's time. It is time. Jumping right into my skincare routine. First things first, I always wash my hands. That's the first thing I do before I do any activity for the most part. And then I go right in, if I have on any makeup, to take off my makeup with my favorite makeup removing agent, which is coconut oil. Natural, smells good, and dissolves any kind of product with ease, from eyelash glue to waterproof mascara to those very stubborn liquid matte lipsticks. Please ensure that if you decide to use coconut oil that you use organic, unrefined, and cold-pressed coconut oil. Otherwise, the risk of it clogging your pores is increased, especially if you have very, very oily skin. So keep note that coconut oil does not work for everyone, but it works for me. And this process gets pretty messy, but unapologetically, I just dive in there and take all this makeup off. Then I go in with a wipe with upward movements, get off the excess oil and makeup off my face. And if I had on any lashes that day, I would just go back in there with some extra coconut oil and focus on my eyes, so that when I remove my falsies, my natural lashes are spared and it is a painless experience. If you don't have on any lashes when you're removing your makeup, you can obviously skip this step. Next, I go in with my vitamin C cleanser from the Face Place and my Vivitar cleansing brush. And with the dry wash method, I put on the product, which smells so good. I love this product so much, and I rub it into my face. And then I activate the product with water on my Vivitar brush, brushing out all that oil and makeup and dirt and grime throughout the day. When I wash my face, I always include my neck because it can also suffer with acne as well. Just as I wash my body, I need to wash my face and my neck. Then I pat my skin to dry. Pat, not wipe. The only place I wipe is under my eye to get that extra makeup from under my eye, so I don't walk around looking like a raccoon. So step 3 is to tone. I use witch hazel, tea tree oil, and lemon oil. I take a cotton swab and 2 drops of each. That was a bit more than 2, but usually I use 2 drops of each. And I gently just wipe my face in upward motions. As I always do, I do not recommend dragging your face down. And this will remove any extra makeup and close back your pores that you opened with the warm water when you're washing all that gunk out. Once you wash your face properly, you'll have a minimal amount of makeup or product on the cotton swab when you wipe, which is a good sign that your technique is A1. Step 4, I go in with my Ole Henderson Vitamin C Serum. I love this serum. I love vitamin C, period, for 3 major reasons. 1, because it protects me from the ultraviolet rays of the sun with its antioxidant properties, and this really slows down aging. Even though I'm only 24, I like to take the necessary precautions. 2, it boosts collagen productions for a firmer, more plump and juicy skin. I love when my skin looks juicy and plump. And 3, it helps with hyperpigmentation by mildly inhibiting melanin production, just to even out the skin tones and to brighten your skin just a bit. Step 5 is all about my eyes. I use this 24 karat gold product by Peter Thomas Roth. I have a problem with eye bags, and it's predominantly because I work 36-hour shifts pretty often, and this product really helps with the puffiness and redness under my eyes by increasing blood circulation to improve cellular metabolism and reducing dark circles and puffiness around my eyes as a result. I keep these patches on for about 15 minutes. So in the interim, I go to step 6, which is my Retin A spot treatment. I use this about 2 times a week, and it does a really great job at fading my dark spots and drying up pimples. And it does this by causing your cells in your skin to turn over really rapidly, and it shrinks your pores, so it just makes it unlikely for bacteria to get in and cause pimples as well. After 15 minutes, I go ahead and take those eye patches off, and I blend in the remaining serum just to maximize the hydration of the product under my eyes. And then I dive right into the very last part, the most important part other than cleansing, moisturizing with this CeraVe Skin Renewing Cream. Let me tell you something about this baby. It keeps my skin juicy. Oh my goodness. Don't get me started. I love it so much. And I don't know what I would have done if I did not find this product to keep me right. Okay? And that's it. I'm going to dive into my bed with my super clean skin. X's and O's, hugs and kisses. And before I go... giveaway, 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 giveaway time. I am so excited about this giveaway. I'm going to choose one lucky person to receive my holy grail Bentonite clay face mask concoction. It consists of bentonite clay, witch hazel, tea tree oil, and lemon oil. The perfect combo to get your skin glowy for the summer. And how to enter is pretty simple. You can enter as many times as you like by heading over to my Instagram page, following me there, finding the post that talks about this video and the giveaway, liking it, and lastly, commenting where you're from and tagging someone else who is also on a skincare journey. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'm really excited to see who's the very first bingo baby for the giveaway time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Bye.